Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the second part of my Marvel HeroClix Avengers Fantastic Four Empyre unboxing series. First part, we cracked open the first 7 boosters of one of the bricks I picked up. Got a couple super rares, a lot of commons and uncommons. Also got one of the rare primes. So let's keep going, shall we? First booster. Now, we haven't pulled a chase yet from all this, but we have pulled a chase. The chases aren't really all that well themed. There's some Venomized heroes. There's some other alternate versions of heroes. For example, when we pulled for sealed was Hulk as the Horseman of War. There's also the Sentry as the Horseman of Death. But anyway. Let's see. Well, we got us. And we got ourselves a chase. Okie dokie. Also got a few duplicates. We got Dazzler. We got Thing. And we got Ricky Barnes. Also, our second Taskmaster and our second of the common Wolverine. I'm kind of happy to have a second of this Taskmaster. I kind of wanted to maybe do some sculpt swapping with older versions. I don't know if I manage to ever get my hands on a second of the super rare from Black Panther and the Illuminati, I might swap out the sculpts. If I ever actually make that work. Okay. There's definitely a lot of options for Wolverine's on Fantastic Four teams, that's for sure. Anyways, starting things off, we'll look at Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. So this is Ben in his Guardians of the Galaxy outfit, which is reflected in the keywords, but he comes in at 50 points, has the Guardians and Fantastic Four team abilities, as well as the Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, Shield, and Celebrity keywords. We have a trait, I'm pretty famous on Earth. Characters that start the game on your force that have the Guardians keyword or team ability gain the Fantastic Four team ability this game. Okay. Looking at his dial, we've got some charge and some sidestep. I think it's a full dial of Quake, full dial of Toughness, some Empyre, and some Close Combat Expert. Okay. Yeah, no Super Strength because Super Strength is currently benched because benching power seems like a good idea to WizKids. Especially powers that are extremely common like Super Strength. Anyway, moving on, we've got Dazzler. Dazzler comes in at 35 points, has the X-Men and Shield team abilities, as well as the Excalibur, Exiles, Mojoverse, Shield, X-Factor, X-Men, and Celebrity keywords. We also have improved targeting in order to hindering terrain. And we have a trait, Dazzler, Special Mutant Liaison. During Force Construction, choose the 2 friendly characters that share a keyword with Dazzler and choose either the Shield team ability or the X-Men team ability. Chosen characters can use the chosen team ability this game. Okay, so she could potentially give 2 Shield members the X-Men team ability or 2 X-Men the Shield team ability. That's cool. Okay. Looking at her dial, we get a couple clicks of running shot followed by a couple clicks of sidestep. On attack, we have a special power, Blinding Flash. When Dazzler hits with a range attack, choose one to last until your next turn. A hit target can't use improved targeting abilities, or a hit target modifies range by -3. Okay. Then on defense, we get a full run of inertial deflection, and on damage, we have a couple clicks of enhancement. Alright, okay. And now on to our chase. Ricky Barnes. Now, if I remember correctly, Ricky Barnes is the Heroes Reborn version of Bucky. Introduced during the original 90s Heroes Reborn story. So, Ricky here comes in at 75 points. She has the Team Player Wildcard ability, as well as the Exiles, Fantastic Four, Shield, Pass, and Soldier keywords. We also have improved movement in Nor's elevated terrain and improved targeting in Nor's characters, and may make range attacks out of adjacency. Okay. We also have a trait, Girl Without a World. The first time Ricky Barnes would be KO'd, instead, turn her to click number 6, then heal her a number of clicks equal to the number of different team abilities that all characters on the map can use. Okay, alright. Looking at her dial, we open up with a special speed power called Dream of a Soldier. As a power action, in any order, move, make a close attack, make a range attack. If she attacks, she uses her printed damage value. Okay, alright. Then we get some running shot, then back to the special power. On attack, we open up with some Quake, then we get some Energy Explosion, then Penetrate Psychic Blast. Defense, we open up with the special power, Right Hand of Heroes, which grants inertial deflection and toughness. Adjacent friendly characters that are not on their starting clicks modify defense values by +1. Okay, that's cool. Then we get some toughness. Then on damage, we've got some leadership, followed by enhancement, followed by exploit weakness. Alright, okay. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on to our next booster. So we got 2 super rares, a chase, and a prime so far. Not too shabby. And we also got nearly every single common. And a good chunk of the uncommons too. Alright, so we've got ourselves a duplicate, and yeah, it's a duplicate in the form of Rogue. But, as I stated earlier in the primer, I was hoping for a Rogue that wasn't bent, and well, this one actually kind of is too. But we also got a Cree Soldier, and we also got Braun, yes, we got everyone's favorite wisecracking rodent, Rocket Raccoon. And finally, we got Princess Verank. So Princess Verank, I thought she was an Empress, but I was apparently wrong. Was the main villain of the Secret Invasion crossover, which also featured the Skrulls heavily. We'll talk more about her when we get to her. Okay. So we'll start things off with the Cree Soldier. This is a Cree Soldier that Hulkling can bring into play with leadership. He's a sidekick, comes in at 20 points, has the shield team ability. Back in the early days of the game, Cree figures were all given the shield team ability. But anyway, he has the Cree and Soldier keywords. And we've got a click of running shot, followed by a few clicks of sidestep, a click of inertial deflection, and a few clicks of enhancement on damage. Next, we've got Rocket. I love they use this image from the one of the covers that Al Ewing run on Guardians. Very Miami Vice looking Rocket. So Rocket comes in at 50 points, has the Guardians team ability, as well as the Guardians of the Galaxy and Animal keywords. We also have a trait, Follow-Up. Free. Once per turn for all characters with a follow-up trait, make an attack using Rocket Raccoon's printed combat values, but only to target a single character hit with an attack made by another friendly character with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword. Okay. Looking at Rocket's dial, we've got a couple of running shot, then we get some sidestep. Energy explosion for the full dial. Super senses followed by regeneration, and then we got a full dial of leadership as well. That's especially nice. I'm always a fan of full dials of leadership. Moving on, we've got Braun. So Braun is Amadeus Cho, one-time psychic to the Hulk. He would eventually become a Hulk in his own right, and he would join various teams, the Avengers, the FF, most recently the champions, the Agents of Atlas. Braun comes in at 75 points as the team player wildcard ability, as well as the Agents of Atlas, Avengers, Champions, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Shield, Monster, and Scientist keywords. Looking at his dial, we've got some charge followed by sidestep. On attack, we open up a special power, knock the powerhouse out. When Braun hits, until your next turn, each hit character gains immobile and modifies defense by -1. Okay. This thing gives way to some Quake. Then on defense, we have some toughness, followed by vulnerability. On damage, we have open up with special power, muscles and mirth, brains, and brawn, which is close combat expert and outwit. This thing gives way to regular close combat expert. So yeah, he's gonna be fun to use, that's for sure. And the champions needed him. Next up, and finally for this one, we've got Princess Verank. So during Secret Invasion, Princess Verank was, like I said, the primary villain. She had infiltrated Earth as under the guise of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, and managed to infiltrate Earth's Finest Heroes. And yeah, it was a whole thing. So she comes in at 45 points, has the Skrulls and team player wildcard abilities, as well as the captain role tag. We have a trait, gain their trust. Free, choose a friendly psychic and a copyable team ability that an opposing character can use. The chosen psychic can use the chosen team ability until your next turn. Okay, alright. Looking at our dial, we've got some stealth, followed by sidestep. We've got penetrating psychic blast, followed by Blaze Claw's fangs on attack. Full dial of mastermind, and then we've got on damage a special power. We need reinforcements, which grants leadership. When she uses it and succeeds, you may instead generate a Skrull spy on click number 1. And then we get a couple clues about wit. Okay. Not too shabby. Moving on to our next booster, which is the last booster of the first brick. What goodies will this booster contain? Maybe another super rare. Doesn't seem entirely out of the normal possibility. So we got Jean Grey, we got the Thing, we got She-Hulk, we got, yep, another super rare, alright. Got another, in fact, the super rare is the only new figure we got out of this one. Huzzah, I guess? That super rare being Super Skrull. We also got, well, like I said, we got Cyclops, and I do like, this is a sculpt I really like. There's She-Hulk. Another Thing. And another Jean Grey. And we'll get these cards out. So, let's get him on his first. Let's make sure he's on his first non-KO click. Alright. Super Skrull. Super Skrull is a longtime Fantastic Four villain. Occasionally he gets portrayed as a cosmic hero as well. He was genetically modified to be able to mimic the powers of the Fantastic Four. He comes in at 75 and 50 points. Has the Skrulls and Guardians team ability. Okay. As well as the Guardians of the Galaxy, Skrulls, Ruler, Soldier, Spy, and Warrior keyword. He goes with a trait. Use your enemy's power against them. There's a free action. Choose a friendly. Oh, he has the Captain role tag. All right. Choose a friendly sidekick and a displayed standard attack power that an opposing character adjacent to that sidekick can use. The chosen sidekick can use that power this turn. Okay. Looking at his dial, we've got 4 clicks of leadership followed by 4 clicks of running shot followed by charge, and we've got 4 clicks of incapacitate followed by 4 clicks of poison, some impervious followed by defend, shape change, we don't know, damage special power, leading the invasion forces, which is leadership and shape change. When Super Skrull uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a Skrull spy on click number 1. Okay. And then he's got regular shape change after that. Okay, alright. It's hard to follow up the version of him from the last year's Fantastic Four set. I'm not going to say this guy does a great job at that, but it's an unenviable task, you know? But Super Skrull's arc in Empyre was that he was one of Hulkling's advisors due to his prominence within the Skrull remnant. And he actually was part of the coup to replace Hulkling with another Skrull. And as punishment for that, Super Skrull was made the head diplomat for the Cree Skrull Empire. Alright, so we're halfway done in this video. In this video, let's start with our next brick. First brick turned out pretty well. The Chase, the Prime, 3 super rares, so let's see what we can pull out of this one. Kicking things off, we got nothing all that impressive. We've got 3 duplicates, the Skrull Spy, we've got our Storm, and another Braun. New figures though, we got the Cree Soldier, Beldan. Neat little story about him, which we'll get to when we get to him, so momentarily. And we also got Viper. Haven't seen her in a good long while. Makes me wish there were some Hydra sidekicks in this. Okay. Madam Hydra, not. Okay. Alright, so we'll start off with Beldan. So, Beldan, Cree Soldier. Beldan was assigned to a mission on Earth. I remember it was an observation mission, and alongside him was working, sent on a similar mission from the Skrulls, was Raxor. The two were forced to work together on multiple occasions, which led to them actually becoming, like, yeah, we're from warring races, but, you know, we actually kind of work together really well. So yeah. In the one-shot Incoming, which kicked off 2020 for Marvel Comics, both Beldan and Raxor were killed by having trees grow out of them. This was part of the Gotati's plot to wipe out all organic life, and especially go after the Kree and the Skrulls. So Beldan comes in at 40 points, has the Shield team ability, as well as the Captain role tag and a trait, chosen for single combat. Unique modifier, as a free action, choose a friendly sidekick. The chosen sidekick modifies attack and damage by +1 this turn. Okay, alright. Looking at his dial, he has the Cree and Soldier keywords. Yeah. He has Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. Penetrate Psychic Blast for the whole dial. We got Toughness for the whole dial. A couple clicks of Leadership, then some enhancement on damage. Alright. Next up, we've got Madam Hydra. Fun little fact. Madam Hydra, Viper, is the ex-wife of Wolverine. And yes, she has a Hydra tattoo on her back. She's hardcore, just like Roger Stone. But they got married. It was a Logan Logan's old ally Seraph told Logan that on her kind of a dying request of hers was that if Viper ever asked for a favor, he has to fulfill it. So she called him the favor and asked him to marry her. That gave her access to all of his everything, all of his assets in Madripoor. They would get divorced. If I remember correctly, she got poisoned, I believe. But it was basically kind of getting a blood Wolverine knew he could save her by giving her a blood transfusion, so he made a deal with her. If he did so, she gives him a divorce. She may be Madam Hydra, but she still stands by her word. So Madam Hydra comes in at 45 points, has the Hydra team ability as well as the Hydra Soldier and Spy keywords. We have the follow-up ability. It's the same as I think it's. Let's see. Once per turn for all troops with a follow-up trait, make an attack using Madam Hydra's printed combat values, but only to target. Yeah, it's the same as Rockets. Looking at her dial, we've got some Stealth followed by Sidestep, Poison followed by Penetrant Psychic Blast. I believe that's Combat Reflexes followed by Mastermind. We have a special power on damage right under your nose the whole time, which grants leadership and outwit, which gives way to regular outwit. Okay. Alright. Next booster. Sorry, sometimes the glue on these is really easy, comes off really easy, and sometimes it sticks. Oh, we got some bubble wrap. That's always a good sign. Got a couple duplicates, clearly. Oh, we got ourselves another chase. Noren Rad. Of course I'm going to pop the bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. What else do you do with bubble wrap? Let it sit there unpopped? Weirdos. But we also got ourselves another Iron Man, which that's a duplicate. One more each of the common Wolverine as well as Spider-Man. But we also got a rare, which is new. And that would be Kitty Pryde, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, we will refer to her as Kitty, even though she prefers Kate now, because that's from the time when she was going by Kitty. Okay. Alright, so we'll start off by looking at Kitty. So there was a story years ago, I believe it was a miniseries entitled Kitty Pryde, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I want to say this was back in the 90s. But Kitty got recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D. But she comes in at 35 points, has the S.H.I.E.L.D. and X-Men team abilities, as well as the Excalibur, S.H.I.E.L.D., X-Men, Martial Arts, and Spy keywords. We also have a trait. Did you forget about my phasing power? When Kitty Pryde uses phasing teleport until your next turn, she takes a maximum of 1 damage from attacks. Okay. On speed, we have a special power. Electrical Field Disruption. Energy Deflection. When Kitty Pryde uses it, after resolutions, give an action token to each opposing character with the armor, robot, or vehicle keyword that she moves through during the action. Okay. Looking at your dial, we have a full run of Bladesclaw's Fangs on attack. On defense, we got some combat reflexes followed by super senses and back to combat reflexes. So not too shabby. Next up, we've got our chase figure, Noren Rad. This is basic Silver Surfer Sorcerer Supreme. So Noren Rad comes in at either 150 points or 75 points, has the Mystics and Cosmic Energy team abilities, as well as the Defenders, Fantastic Four, Cosmic, Herald, and Mystical keywords. We have improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain, and we have a Rally ability which keys off of opposing attack rolls with either a 5 or a 6. Free. Remove Noren Rad as a Rally die. If you do, choose one to last until your next turn. Noren Rad friendly adjacent characters can use Energy Deflection. Enhancement. When he uses it, he may treat other friendly characters within range and line of fire as adjacent. His range is 8, so oof, that's, yeah. Then we have a trait, the Cosmic Board and Cloak of Levitation. Free. Choose an adjacent friendly character with the Cosmic Energy or Mystics team ability. Until your next turn, that chosen character gains flight and the chosen team ability. Okay. Looking at his dial, we've got some running shot and some sidestep. That's all he's got on speed. On attack, we've got Penetrating Psychic Blast and Energy Explosion. On defense, we've got Impervious, followed by Invulnerability, followed by Regeneration. On damage, we've got Probability Control and Outwit. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright. Last booster for the video. We get a super rare, do we get a prime? We shall see. Did we get both? Probably not. Let's see, we got another Captain Marvel, another Black Bolt, another Invisible Woman, Agent May, and we did get another super rare. Venom Iceman, okay. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of Venomized characters in the set. A few of them are chases, but a few of them are also super rares. Or those rares are uncommons. There's a Venom Cyclops, who I think is a rare. There's also a Venom Magneto, who is a chase and is going and has people just like clamoring for him and offering up their firstborns and whatnot. So hey, maybe I can get that and have myself a servant. I kid. And yes, this Agent May is the comic book version of the character Ming-Na Wen played on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think she was actually created initially for the show, but the show's popularity led to her being introduced in the comics. And the same thing happened with everyone from Ages the shield except for Coulson. Well, Coulson also got that treatment, but because it was popular in the movies. Okay. I'm a little perturbed that we didn't get, speaking of Captain Marvel, I'm a little perturbed we didn't get her sister, who ends up becoming accuser after Carol, but oh well. Anyway, starting off, we've got Agent May. May comes in at 50 points, has the Shield team ability, as well as the Shield, Martial Arts, and Spy keywords, and improved targeting in order hindering terrain. We have a trait, Recruiter, Shield. As a power action, choose a character with the Shield keyword in your KO area that hasn't been chosen for a generated by a recruiter effect. If you do, generate a character with the Shield keyword from your sideline that has a lower point value than the chosen character. This game, the generated character can't be replaced, and your opponent scores them immediately instead of when KO'd. Okay. On speed, we have a special power, Ascend in the Cavalry, which grants charge and stealth. On attack, we got a full run of Incapacitate. Defense, full run of Combat Reflexes. And on damage, we open up with some Leadership, which gives way to Outwit. Okay, alright. Well, very useful. Recruiter is going to be is a new ability they're working on. It's going to play a heavy role in the next set, War of the Realms. Anyway, moving on to our next figure, we've got Venom Iceman. Venom Iceman comes in at 65 points, has the X-Men and Defenders team abilities, as well as the Champions, Codex, Defenders, X-Factor, X-Men, and Monster keywords. It also has improved movement and ignores characters. We have the Symbiotic Fusion trait, same as Venom Rogue. Plasticity and Super Senses. When 4 squares in line of fire of an opposing character, he can't be targeted by range attacks. Then we have another trait, Alien Ice Wall. Barrier. Barrier is free but only generate 1 marker. Opposing characters adjacent to 1 or more of Venom Iceman's barrier markers must roll for breakaway if they don't already need to. Okay. Looking at his dial, we've got some range shot followed by sidestep. On attack, we open up with a special power, Ice Ball Blast. Incapacitate and knockback. When Venom Iceman destroys a square of hit blocking terrain, after resolutions, deal 1 damage to each opposing character adjacent to that square. Okay. I think he's way to poison. We got a vulnerability and toughness, and on damage, we get some late dial and power. Alright. These are going to be fun to use. I'm not even going to lie about it. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.